So how does pain affect other parts of your life? Well, it can affect everything. If you have pain, and we talk about this sleep cycle, and Johns Hopkins refers to it as the terrible triad, where pain will cause depression and anxiety, and then that depression and anxiety can impact your sleep cycle. And then you get into the sleep cycle because you're having non-restorative sleep. Now that's feeding back into and lowering your pain threshold, and you get into this catch-22 of where does it end? Where do what's the point where you try to address things? And the thing is you kind of set a new normal for yourself sometimes when you get into that, and you'll stop noticing, or you may not notice how you treat other people. So that your relationships that you have, people may notice and may not say anything about the fact that your attitudes have changed or that your personality has changed. But if you actually get to where you're breaking that cycle, or you get somebody to actually talk to you honestly, they'll say, you know what, you are different than you were before. And so trying to find and figure out how to break that cycle is the first step to making sure that you come back with a full recovery in all areas. Because sometimes pain will persist beyond when the injury is actually repaired, and there is that point of you can't not move. So movement and getting back into the flow and getting back into the activities that you were doing, because you don't want to reset that level where you go, oh, if you're used to running, or if you're playing a sport and it's like, oh, I always used to be able to break to the left, and I had a knee injury, and I just don't know if I trust it. You've got to go through the physical therapy. You got to do the work, but not doing that work and just sitting around, you don't build that trust back into your body. So then that starts filtering into, again, how do you feel about yourself? And so if you're not doing the movement, that pain's going to persist because you're not actually re-strengthening the muscles. Because in a lot of cases, the reason you're in pain is because the muscle development in that area isn't good enough. So if you stop doing an activity and the muscle structure starts to degrade because of lack of use, then you'll actually end up in more pain, because there may be another underlying issue that you've been able to address through being in good shape or having good muscle tone in a specific area. So you just have to keep moving. And then also, we've talked about activity and working out, how that really helps set a better mental attitude. So these things all interrelate. If you move, you feel good about yourself, then hey, the pain doesn't seem, it's more manageable and you can deal with it. Then they even talk about with the sleep hygiene and some of the techniques that if you have chronic pain and you're trying to deal with sleep, that one of the things you do is just these visualization techniques. So if you can visualize the pain in your body, moving to an area where it's more, you can handle it better. So if it's in your lower back, you go, you know what, can I visualize removing that pain to my hand? And because I can deal with that, it doesn't bother me as much. Or they even talk about getting the restorative sleeping enough, how that actually helps your your body basically help with the inflammation that may be causing some of the pain in specific areas. So there's this interrelationship between everything with regard to how you feel. Do you trust? If you feel good, you get up and you move around. You build the muscle tone. You sleep well, and all of that. While it becomes a cycle going one way where you can spiral down, if you can reverse that, that can also help you come back up out of it. Because again, once you sleep well, once you start having a better mental attitude, then you want to go work out more, be more active, and you can spiral yourself right back up out of the situation that you're in as well.